We used to war, we used to raid, we used to fight against each other. You know, now we got a common enemy.
We're the product, we're on the floor, and we're saying, hey, we don't want to be used in this way. We came to play basketball.
I wish that we could just sing our songs, dance our dance, play basketball, go to war, and have fun at night. But it's not like that anymore. It's not the world we live in.
We're here in Prince Rupert, British Columbia, on the northwest coast for the all-native basketball tournament. It's a big event. We've got nations coming from all over the province and Alaska to play basketball. It'll be an interesting few days here up in Prince Rupert, and excited to see what it's all about. Every year, this coastal city in northern British Columbia hosts thousands of Indigenous athletes and sports fans for the all-native basketball tournament. The tournament dates back to 1947, a time when it was illegal for First Nations to hold cultural gatherings. Decades later, it has evolved into a legendary week, referred to by many as Second Christmas. This is about a lot more than basketball. Did you grow up playing basketball, though?
Yeah, I grew up playing basketball. I started when I was a teenager. Basketball has always been entrenched in our culture as long as I've been alive, and it's cheap to play.
Right.
You know, you just need running shoes and one ball. It's an honor, really, to be able to call these games, because the significance they have in the communities that are listening are huge. So you mess up somebody's last name, your social media is getting blasted. These are regular people, and they become superstars for an entire week. Their games are high level, fast paced, heated. It's down and dirty res ball, and it's beautiful. Yeah.
Prince Rupert Intermediates. Kitcattla Seniors.
But blue t-shirts that read "No LNG" dot the crowd of players and fans during the tournament's opening ceremony. LNG is short for liquefied natural gas, and a portion of this tournament is sponsored by LNG companies looking to transform this area into a hub for natural gas export. Many First Nations are opposed to having an LNG terminal here because of the potential environmental impacts. And LNG terminals could be built on First Nations land, so there is active protest on display at this year's all-native tournament.
3 LNG t-shirts, anybody want any? These are all ours.
Since I'm a fisherman and I live off the ocean.
This tournament costs like over $250,000 to run every year. So where's this money supposed to come from? You can't ask the fans to pay $250,000. They don't have it. Tournament right now, without sponsorship, wouldn't be here. We were broke 6 years ago. Absolutely flat broke. So we go and find different sponsors, which is not as easy as what everybody thinks.
Is that something that you have somebody on that's responsible for going out and seeking these sponsors, or are they coming to you?
Here's the strange thing. We don't seek them. They seek us. All the big corporations do.
People may see it as if they participate in the tournament that's sponsored, then somehow there's some social license there that's involved with, or like endorsement of their business activities.
Well, I understand that everybody has a view on what they think is happening with these big companies, whatever. Yeah. And all we can do is try to run this tournament. They're not asking us to change how we do things or nothing. They just want to be corporate citizens, is what they're trying to do.
The team behind the anti-LNG sponsorship movement is also the team to beat this year. 4-time champions, the Skidegate Saints. The Saints' home, Skidegate, is on the Haida Gwaii Archipelago, a ferry ride from the mainland and Prince Rupert.
You know, you got the Allsop boys, Dwayne and Jay, just like two of the most stoic-looking dudes you've ever seen, and they're work machines out there.
Dwayne passed to Jason Allsop for 3, and he hits it.
And then, of course, you got famous Desi Collinson. You know, these guys eat, shit, sleep basketball.
Out here, it's an entire community. You have hereditary chiefs, and elders have been coming here for years, and they just love the game. They love to watch us play. And after colonization, we lost a lot of our population. We lost a lot of our culture. It took away the gathering in the longhouse, and so being in the gym sort of in some way creates this environment where you feel like you're going to the big house or the longhouse, and the basketball teams and somewhat fill that void of that warrior class or of bringing young men together.
Last year, the team also protested, sending a letter to the tournament board before the games began. They also considered boycotting the games entirely. But after a back and forth between the team's captain, Jason Alsop, and the tournament's president, Peter Hogan, the LNG sponsors remained.
So at first we got word that Skittygate was going to boycott once they found out that the LNG sponsors were on. So they went to their alumni, they went to their elders, and their elders wanted them to go and represent. And they could make more of a statement being here than boycotting the tournament. So why not come, play on the main stage, middle fingers up, and getting ready for it.
It's super crappy. It puts us in a crappy situation.
I think we need to be teaching our people more to use these basketball situations as tools, to use the power that they have. What better of an opportunity is it? I mean, think about it. They're using it. Those people are using it. They're taking advantage of this opportunity. Why aren't we? And then when you speak up, it's like, oh man, this guy's a radical. No, it's not a radical. It's my human right. I'm just gonna speak my mind, how I feel.
For Skittygate forward Dano McNeil, salmon fishing is a way of life. He worries that LNG development is a serious threat.
Salmon is potentially at risk here. These are nursery grounds, essentially, where they get strong, they get adapted to the ocean. How can you have all these tankers pumping all this ballast, all this, who knows what's gonna get dumped in that vicinity? The salmon, throughout time, has been a very, I'd say, a cultural keystone species for coastal First Nations people. I feel like we have the inherent right to stand up and protect and speak for these species because they've done so much to grow our culture, and that's what connects us to the land and sea.
For me, it's more of a balanced approach, trying to look at both sides, and our kids need something to survive off of.
Judy Carlick-Pearson is a 5-time tournament MVP, Hall of Famer, and former Prince Rupert City Council member.
Whatever it takes in the north to be able to get jobs, the municipal of Prince Rupert is in huge deficit. We have huge infrastructure problems in Prince Rupert. And then you look at the First Nations as well. There's a high unemployment rate. No industry is going to be completely flawless. There'll always be some sort of environmental risks, social risks, everything. What I'm saying is that let them at least entertain that option.
We're trying to run a basketball tournament, and disruptions like this are not healthy, but people have a right to voice their opinion, and so we just deal with it and move on. Once the ball gets thrown in the air and the games start, it's sport, and everything else seems to go out the door, so.
How are you feeling walking in with this shirt? I imagine this isn't something that happens every year, this tournament.
I feel good about it. Yeah, I feel real good about it.
Eva wants to see you guys.
Who does?
Eva.
Okay.
Or the president.
Okay. We'll come right now?
As the Saints are about to play their first game, the tournament board calls the producer and I into an office.
Do you guys mind if we film, or you do? Okay, sure. Okay.
We have the defending champion, Skittygate Saints, taking on Vancouver, who defeated Terrace in yesterday's action. Jared Casey against Kyle Klein. Skittygate controls the tip-off. Tyler York, Casey. Casey baseline jumper of his own and hits it. Smothering defense by Skittygate. Oh, and Gene Wolf for 3 and foul. Darcy from half court.
against this team in a minute 51, right?
Every possession is key here as Richardson looking to drive. Oh, he crossed over, caught line, beautiful finish. Triple team. Get that back out. Jason Ossoff for three. The Saints are going to hold on. They've defeated Vancouver 74-69 in a great matchup here in the senior division.
I'm outside the Civic Center where basketball is very much still happening. We as a film crew are no longer welcome inside to film. They don't want us if we're going to talk about LNG or just politics in general. Who knows, maybe they'll change their mind, but I really don't get that sense. No, I really don't get that sense that we'll be allowed back in. So no more basketball for us, at least inside. We've been told in this documentary not to focus on your team, not to focus on any of the no LNG stuff that's going on. And if, that's something we don't agree to, we're not welcome at the tournament.
Any chance to put a damper on this, any type of this other voice or this other opinion that's the reality here. So I'm glad it all happened and you get to see the reality, what we deal with. We're the ones that are being used to create this audience to try to buy this social license. So just because we're calling foul on it, for lack of a better word, why we're being vilified for recognizing that we're being used, and we're saying, hey, we don't want to be used in this way. We came to play basketball. We've been doing since we were little kids, and it's ironic they're letting the politics interfere.
Okay, you feeling pressure? Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I think we always feel a certain amount of pressure just, to live up to our expectations of our fans.
Good luck. Yeah, we'll be cheering.
Hopefully come away with the win.
Yeah. You are.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Shut out from the tournament, we were forced to follow Skidegut's last 3 games on the live stream and over the radio. So another win for the Skidigut Saints, and they'll be heading to the finals for the 5th year in a row.
You want them to pass that shit to the weak side. So anytime this is what we used to do is once the dribbler had the ball, we would attack the dribbler right away. So he passes it, and then boom, then we would get into position. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Get the ball out of the good ball.
Jake's hand.
Yeah, get the ball out of his hand, and then boom, let's hold that weak side down.
All right, boys.
Eat good, drink good.
Smoke good.
Say to 3! 1, 2, 3, 6!
Done. So for the 5th year in a row, Skidigut has won this tournament. Can't say it was obvious that would be the outcome from the beginning, but in the second half of the game, they definitely kept their lead throughout that. So how do you feel to be champions again of this tournament?
I'd say it never gets old.
Yeah. So what's the highlight for you guys going home? What are the things that you guys are going to be talking about from this tournament in the days and weeks to come, you figure?
For me, when people start walking in the gym at opening ceremonies, that was pretty powerful for myself. Just watching the blue wave, or whatever people are calling it.
All the young kids there up there holding up the banners and all that, so it's pretty cool that they can have role models from people they look up to right from their town, right? Not just Justin Bieber or pop stars or...
I've heard Desi described as the Bieber of this tournament, though, on multiple occasions now.
I'm way cooler than Justin Bieber.
By far.
Justin Bieber. Snap, we'll go for more.
I feel like I'm off.
No LNG.